Yeah, could you like sit at your chair? Put that wherever. Can we hide the chat? Oh yeah. We are live.
Oh my god.
Let me just bring this back a bit. Perfect.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well, could you just do me a favour and pass me that iPad?
Yeah.
You could log on to it on your phone if you want to, just so we can keep an eye on it. You've got your iPad for you.
She's an old phone, so battery might not last all that long. Oh my god.
Is that good enough? You can see us both?
Yeah?
Let me just see what does it look like from me being sat here. Can you see me?
Yeah.
Sweet. Oh, we're good then. I'll just say hello if you're joining us. I'm Dan, that's Kirsty. We
Hey.
play every Wednesday in a regular College of Cerulea campaign, which is, if you're tuning in, you might have watched already. And today we're going to play a one-shot, one-on-one, trying out one-on-one D&D, something me and John did remotely, and now Kirsty and I are going to try in person. So, welcome.
Eee.
Alright, so we pick up at the resumption of a one-shot that, well, not a one-shot, more like a three-shot. Can't remember what it was.
2 or 3.
Yeah. Where in the mid-1500s DR, a secret mission was deployed from Lucian Broadgrove. He selected a group of mercenaries to go to Embergate to find an artifact. That artifact had the power to turn the tide of the settlement wars, this exploratory colonisation of Cerulea. Vida was on that team, but had a secret objective, which was to steal the Crystal Spear from Krenix the Jet, a treacherous underling of Lucian Broadgrove.
Mm-hmm.
You did acquire the Crystal Spear after fighting your way through Embergate, which was a mess of bodies and gore and snake people.
Mm-hmm.
However, the Crystal Spear was wrestled from you by the heroic human paladin Brett Woodclaw and deployed. Despite the best efforts of Vida and her backup, which, unknown to her at the time, was Zendeth, the Black Plague.
Yes. Yeah.
Once the Crystal Spear was deployed, this towering column of energy stored up through thousands of years of arcane manipulation, seemingly destroyed everything in the vicinity. And from Vida's perspective, it would have been the most powerful force she'd ever been subjected to.
Vida was dead, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So, I want you to roll me a D100,
Alright.
which you can roll the big boy if you want.
Yes. 86.
Oof. 86.
Uh-huh.
Nearly 3 months has passed.
Okay. John's here.
Ah, awesome. Hi, John.
Hi, John.
86 days has passed since the deployment of the crystal spear.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to roll me a d6.
2.
Take 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yes.
You could have died then.
Make this very quick. Is that in conditions?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to check what that means. Exhaustion. Unless you know off the top of your head.
Exhaustion.
Yeah, like what second level means.
You have disadvantage on ability checks and your speed is halved.
Oh. Okay. Right. Fun.
So, 86 days means that you have been languishing in a rustic prison camp on the shores of Embergate.
Mm-hmm.
And what little you've been able to see of the development of the surrounding area over the past 86 days, it's been busy. You'll have heard boats coming and going daily. You'd have heard the constant clanging of tools, the moving of equipment, horses, builders, peasants, labourers. And I want you to make a perception check.
Alright. Let's remember how to monk. 13.
13, you, from a cell window, it's kind of like a cell slash like med bay. You've been able to observe the change in the topography outside. Where Embergate was like a long, flat tributary riverside between the shore and the river, that was pretty featureless. Like, you know, this is a very small town that you infiltrated, maybe a mile or two all the way around, really not large. It doesn't exist anymore. You can now see a towering column of stone,
Okay.
and at certain points in this kind of spiral-like column structure are crystals, kind of like growing out of the stone.
Mm-hmm. How far away?
From the shore, maybe half a mile.
Mm-hmm.
And that column of stone just towers up into the distance as far as you can see from yourself. The low sea and mist making visibility difficult, but you are aware of the towering structure, and you can see people taking building equipment towards it, as if to harness this natural punching through of the earth, or whatever that crystal spear did. It's transformed the landscape and seemingly ended the battles that were going on around here. You've been in and out of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
You are dice do you have?
16.
Oh, all your hit dice? Not spent any?
Oh, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This is it from last time.
Okay, roll me a d20.
Okay. Uh-oh. 18.
Oh, you've got full hit dice.
I could have gone either way.
Yeah. I now want you to roll them all and add your con mod to each result.
Okay, what's the easiest way for me to do that? Is it just to roll like 16 d8?
Yeah, you can
In
do it on
Google?
there if you want, yeah.
Seems like quite a lot, right? 16. So that's 83, and then you have to add 2 to everything, right? So it's 1d8 plus 2 per.
So 2 times 16. It's 32. So 32
Mhm.
is that.
83 plus 2. Okay,
That's your current hit points.
that is exactly how many hit my max hit points.
That is. Oh, I thought your max was higher than that.
No,
So
fine.
you have rolled max. So
That's crazy.
yeah, that is
Okay.
crazy. All right, so you've returned to full health. You're still tired. Still got 2 levels of exhaustion, but
Mhm.
you are, you're a special operative.
Yeah.
After 86 days, you're ready to go.
Okay.
Has
she been able to walk or anything? Or?
Your equipment has been stripped from you.
Okay, just take everything off.
Sure.
Not that monks have that much.
Mm-hmm.
That dagger. Bye.
Yeah.
Sending stones. See you. My dart and my spear, all of that, like everything gone.
Yep.
Okay. Mhm.
And yeah, with your max HP, 2 levels of exhaustion, your movement's halved. So we could say that you have got a lingering injury, maybe a limp or something that's slowing you down.
Okay. Cool.
As you're in and out of consciousness and returning to full health and how would you spend let's say you've got like maybe a 10-day to play with, where your wits are about you. You're in a kind of shoreside makeshift prison camp.
As much kind of watching out and listening as possible. So basically using all of her skills as basically a spy
Mm-hmm.
to figure out exactly where she is, who runs it,
Mm-hmm.
why, what happened with the spear meant that
Mhm.
she's ended up here.
Okay, so what happened, who runs it, and why is she here? That's 3
Mhm.
big questions.
Yeah.
The most easy to discern from inside a prison cell is really who runs it and who's here,
Mhm.
who's keeping an eye on you. So I want you to make an insight check.
Alright.
You know,
Oh, I have to-
advantage because you've got a lot of time.
Okay, even though I'm exhausted. That's okay. 16.
16. You are. There's some human guards who alternate shifts twice a day. None of them seem to be pay you any particular mind, and you are separated from the rest of the prisoners. You are in your own cell alone, and really the only interaction or the only time you ever see another guard is when twice a day they come up, check on you, shove some meagre sustenance under your door. You have a singular barred window.
Every day she doesn't eat it. She doesn't need to eat.
Okay. Well, then that would stop
Yeah.
pretty post haste.
Uh-huh.
And so you get a few guards like kind of winding you up about it, or trying to find out why you don't need to eat. What are you? Why don't you need to eat?
Monster. Boo.
Make an intimidation check. this one is a disadvantage.
That's fair. 4.
so scary from in there. And this kind of cursory investigation goes on for a while until one morning, when you're still struggling with your injury, you hear much heavier, broader footsteps coming towards your cell.
She'll just slide off into the shadows where she'll kind of, maybe not so she has this ability where in the shadows she can become fully invisible, and I'm not saying that she would do that, but just try and just back away as much as possible so she can watch. Basically trying to, if someone's coming, she wants them to come in looking for her instead of just seeing her from the slot.
The slot opens. The shadow that's cast by the person on the other side blots out the light almost entirely. And then you hear the turning of a key. As the door creaks open, in taking up the entire door frame is this hulking humanoid creature, really broad shoulders, arms like tree trunks, no armour on top, but scars that still kind of glisten in the torchlight from behind. This is an athletic being, hands like dinner plates, leather boots strapped up to the knee, a belt with a really oversized buckle that's pulled taut against a thin waist. The most remarkable thing about this creature is that when you get up to the collarbone, the skin is replaced by feather. And feathers just dissipate into like needles that just, you would notice with your passive perception, that kind of just fade out into skin. It's kind of like almost like half human, half bird. And the feathers are bright red that go over the back of the neck and where the hair would be. They have an elongated yellow beak with black eyes. You haven't eaten in days.
I don't need to. I'm not hungry.
Still, it's making the other prisoners suspicious. Seeing the guards return with full plate after full plate. You don't feel you need our support. You don't feel you deserve to be kept alive. You see now these back cracks. This is an intimidating foe.
If you're worried about what they think, tell them I've died. Of starvation.
It'd be more useful for the other prisoners and for discipline if I just show them. Roll initiative.
Oh my god! Is that at a disadvantage?
Yeah, it's an ability check.
Okay.
I'm just going to start look up.
Oh god, how do I fight like a monk? Do I have all my key points? I guess I must do.
Sure. Apologies. Okay. Oh God. What did you roll?
An 11.
Oh, 6.
All right.
Okay. So this threat seems to be fulfilled as he lunges towards you. You're in a 10 by 10 foot cell and he's blocking the door
Mhm.
and goes to make a move towards you. What do you do?
Like a roundhouse kick
Mm-hmm.
to his head.
Okay.
Kind of out of the shadows and immediately like bop him around the face.
Okay.
That I just roll normally, right? I don't have to roll at disadvantage.
Yeah, your attack's on at disadvantage.
Okay. That's 20
It hits.
to hit.
Mm-hmm.
8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll follow that by punching up under his beak, like before it gets pointy.
Okay.
That's my second attack. An 18.
Hits. Just.
For 7
Mm-hmm.
damage. And then I'm gonna use a key point, because why not? To take the dodge action patient defense as a bonus action, so she'll then like step back into the shadows, not fully invisible, but
Mm-hmm.
conceal herself.
Okay. So you jump acrobatically and roundhouse kick in the face, and it doesn't. It hits him in the side of the face. His expression doesn't change.
Mm-hmm.
And then you land and you do this uppercut underneath his beak,
Mm-hmm.
and you catch a few feathers. But as you land that second one, he goes to grab you with his whole hand, and you step back into your stance. As he missed with the first one, he's going to lunge forward and he's going to try and grapple you.
Okay.
So that is an athletics check.
Yep.
Or an acrobatics check. It's disadvantage.
Oh yeah, I'll go acrobatics. So it's 11.
28 for me.
Oh.
So he grabs you and his hand goes just straight around your whole neck.
Mm-hmm.
He then slams you up into the ceiling, which you can reach.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to ask you to take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As he keeps hold of you in the air, and then he brings his other hand over and like puts you into like a press position, and he slams you back down over his knee.
Oh my god, this guy's a pro wrestler.
Pretty much. 26 to hit.
Uh-huh.
Take 18 bludgeoning damage. Let's make this quick. He's going to use the rest of his movement to drag you out of the cell, which he'll be able to do 30 feet, which is half of his regular movement.
I can't do anything to fight that.
You've lost the grapple, so he's still got his hand around your neck. You've been slammed up into the cell, brought back down over his knee, and then being dragged out.
Yee. Okay. That's the end of his turn.
Yeah. I would also note that your hands are manacled loosely together.
Oh, right, okay, that's good to know.
You did one punch with them, but you would be able to do that even if you're manacled. So, end of his turn.
Alright.
You get dragged along the floor 30 feet into a corridor, and that will take you just around a corner, and there's lots of other really kind of dirty prisoners all looking on and like they're cheering. You can make a perception check, which would be a disadvantage, obviously.
9.
9. It's kind of just caused a bit of a furore. Some of them are shouting for help. Some of them seem to be cheering him on. None of them have seen you before. It seems no one recognises you as far as you can see. Well, that's all you would know with that.
Okay.
What are you doing?
How do I get out of a grapple?
You have to do another check. A athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay.
In fact, no, it's just. I think it's just athletics because you're the one. No, it's athletics or acrobatics.
I'm not going to be very good at that. But I can still fight him when I'm grappled?
Yeah. You can
Okay.
still, try and kick and punch him.
Yeah. Alright, cool. I will use my manacled hands to put them like around the back of his head and then like
Okay.
bump him in the head.
Yeah, so because he's so big and he's got his hand around your whole neck, to be able to get close to him to do that, I'm still going to make you make an acrobatics check.
Right, okay.
Then I'll.
12.
Yeah.
Ah!
You can do it. So as he's dragging you along, you kind of get to your feet and use the momentum to jump or try and strangle him with your manacles.
Yeah, or just, yeah. I'm
Okay.
just kind of going to headbutt him
Okay.
as my unarmed strike.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay. 19
Hits.
for 5 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll kick him like in his groin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll hit. That's 21
Mm-hmm.
for 6 damage.
Now, these hits with the headbutt followed up by a kick to the groin, it doesn't even break his stride.
Alright. And I... Oh, fuck. That's not a melee weapon attack, is it? No, because I don't have any melee weapons.
An unarmed strike counts as a melee weapon attack.
Does it?
Yeah.
Alright. Then I would like to make that last one a stunning strike.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to spend another key point and make him roll a con save.
Mm-hmm.
He's DC 17.
Passes.
Okay, fine. That... Oh, that wasn't even a bonus action though. So as her bonus action, she's going to hit him again with, I think I can do like a third one as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
24 for another 6 damage.
Okay. So how do you try and stun him?
By kicking him in the balls.
Oh, okay.
Worked before.
Yeah.
Work again.
You kick him, and he's like, the way you've like manipulated yourself, you're like in front of him now, and you kind of go for the kick, and you see him kind of wince a little bit, and he puts his arm out and extends you away from him and lifts you up, so you're still grappled. At this point, there's prisoners who can observe this are in its reached fever pitch. There are people shocked, there are people cheering. I'm not going to make a check. You hear one of them shout, oh, Tizok's going to kill her. Yeah, Tizok. Tizok.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm like, with the fight, I'm trying to make it as like spectacular as possible to get them on my side.
Mm-hmm.
Which shouldn't be difficult given that they're all prisoners and he's in charge, but...
Yeah, make a charisma check. Let's just see how flashy your fighting is.
Alright. 10.
10. Yeah. Some of them have seen other valiant attempts, it seems, at Tizok, but clearly no one's ever taken him down. He's going to, on his turn, use the rest of his movement to get you outside. So he flings open prison door.
Okay.
And what you see around you from your limited vantage point is like a wooden sharpened like fence panel that goes up maybe 15 feet in a semicircle around the yard where you've been dragged into.
Mm-hmm.
You've never been allowed out in the yard before, and there are prisoners out there, all chained together, who take a step back at Tizok's presence and observe what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You see watchtowers, and now the best perspective of the crystal spear that you've ever seen, which is this huge mound of earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold, and Tizok wants to make a spectacle of your death. So.
Is it night?
No, it's like early morning, like breakfast time. Right. So. Does a 16 hit?
Yep.
So as he drags you down, he goes to like just stomp on you. You know, roll out of the way.
So I'm not grappled anymore?
You are still grappled. You can still attack you when he's grappled. The next one will hit for a 28.
Mm-hmm.
So as you roll out of the way of the first hit, takes 13 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
With his attacks, one of this latest one landing true. Let this be a lesson to any one of you pukes who's going to refuse our good service. And it was third attack.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to miss.
Okay.
So yeah, he basically tries to stomp on you again, and you keep on kind of like crawling away. At this point, I'm going to say he's got you by the manacle chain,
Mm-hmm.
and you're 10 feet away from him, like technically grappled.
Mm-hmm.
So like your movement speed would be no more than 10 feet.
Okay.
But yeah, he's kind of got you on a leash now. There's people literally drop what they're doing. Looks like a lot of them are like breaking rocks,
Okay.
building things. You've heard all of this going on, but you've never seen it. The light hurts your eyes. And yeah, the cold is chilling.
Okay. Can I break my grapple by breaking my manacles?
You can try. Yeah?
She wants to make a run for it.
Okay.
She's outside. There's a wall she can run up. She's
Mhm.
going to have a go.
Mm-hmm.
So, would I make an unarmed strike against my manacles?
You would.
It's a 20 to hit.
Oh yeah, it hits.
Okay. You're going to be like, for 9 damage.
Okay. So, what are you just trying to break them? Pull them apart?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do that, like, for bludgeoning damage, I don't know, like, maybe you're just trying to pull a chain off where the manacle, where the link is,
Mm-hmm.
instinctually. And yeah, it does some damage, but you're going to be, like, the manacles are real strong and resistant to bludgeoning damage. So it's going to be difficult. You might not, Tizok might have killed you before you succeed.
Right. Okay. Well, I've started attacking now, so I can't do anything else with my action. So I will.
You can close the distance, and well, you can within that 10 feet, you can close the distance and still attack him.
Yeah. I just can't make.
You can try again.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any rocks near me?
Given that this is the first time you've been outside in like nearly 3 months, and the
Mhm.
light is so bright, you can make a perception check at disadvantage.
13.
You scramble around in the dirt, and you find a small rock.
That she'll try and use that to like bring it down on like a weak chain or something like that. For a 21 to hit.
Yes, yeah.
6 damage.
Yeah, still bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
It just clangs, and a few of the prisoners start laughing.
Oh no! Okay. Okay. I'll try. No, that won't work. Then I'll use. Can I use my last bonus action to get closer to him and hit him again?
Can hit him with a rock.
18.
Just hits.
And is that the same damage as normal? As my normal like unarmed strike? I guess it would be.
Yeah.
8 damage. So just like to his feathery head.
As you crack the rock over his head amidst the audience, you see this little seep of blood kind of fall into where his tear duct would be, and his black eyes turn red. He's going to use a bonus action on his turn to rage.
Okay.
So 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Ooh, 18 bludgeoning damage. He, as you kind of jump up and land this rock on his head and like land back down, he pulls you back in, like with his left hand, just like clotheslines you with his right hand, and you go kind of flipping onto your back. Just make a acrobatics check, or then make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. So I normally.
Your saving throws are not at disadvantage.
Okay. Cool. 19.
19's enough. So he clotheslines you, and you go flipping. You land kind of like on your knee. Still in manacles.
Still grappled.
Still grappled. I can attack you and grapple you as long as
Okay.
As you land, you look up and his knees coming straight towards your face.
Okay.
25 to hit. 22 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
How are you looking?
Not very good.
All the crowd at that point literally like, ooh, like it looked like a painful one. And you kind of, your head was rocked back.
Okay.
Okay, it's your turn.
I've got to get out of here. I want to try and break the grapple.
Okay.
11.
Roll a natural 1. So as you hit the back of your head, like the back of your head hits the ground, how do you try and break the grapple? How do you try and get out of the chains?
Got me grappled by holding on to my chains.
Yeah.
She would maybe step forward to give them some slack and to try and make it seem like it's okay, and then very quickly back off again.
So like
try
whip
and pull, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say you don't break your chain, but as you kind of take the force of the knee and kind of like arch back, you slip down, and then like you almost like pick back up as he goes past you, and his momentum and your quick dexterity, you're able to kind of loose the chain out of his hand, and he stumbles forward.
Okay. That was my action, I assume. I would like to spend a key point to Step of the Wind. How close is the nearest fence?
80 feet away.
80 feet away?
Yeah, it's a big yard.
Alright. Then I'll use the dash action, which would bring myself back up to full speed, which is 55 feet.
So you're making a run for the wall.
I'm making a run for the wall. And that was my whole turn.
So you slip out the chains, you run straight for the wall, You kind of shoulder barge past a prisoner who was like stood in the way, and you get a mixed look of surprise and shock as you've managed to free yourself from Tizok's grasp. You turn round. Tizok's gone.
Okay.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Yes. Oh, 22.
Okay. As you turn around, you just feel like a shadow cast over you.
Uh-huh.
What do you do? There's nothing you can do. It's not your turn, but what would she do in this point? She just feels a shadow over the top of her.
Like go faster if she can, or
You can't move just yet.
then go.
Okay. As you look up, Tizok is descending on you. He's got wings out of his back, and he's like literally coming down with all his might. 22 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. $17 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As he lands on you, he pulls like a chain from around his waist. He's going to grapple you at advantage.
For God's sake.
Where do you think you're going? 21.
12.
Okay. You. This hulking mass of a creature is now on top of you, and he's got a chain round your neck. You're manacled still, but the chains are not connected. As you feel his weight pressing into you, your back and your limbs sink into the mud.
Oh, okay.
It's your turn.
Cool. I hate combat, you know that, right? Oh. Okay. So I'm in the ground, prone.
Prone.
Then I'd like to, if I can get an arm free, like punch him in the side of his head.
Yeah, you can do that.
21
Hits.
for 5
Yeah.
damage. And then I'll hit him again. 26
Yeah.
for 11 damage.
You notice these attacks, given his rage, are not as effective as they were before. He's like you kind of like lash out with like axe handle hit from left to right, and he doesn't even move.
Okay. And then as a bonus action, I would. So can I get up from where I am? Can I use half my movement to get up, or is he on
He's
top?
on top of you, so you could make an athletics check to kind of push him up as you try and stand.
No, what I want to do is try and telekinetically shove him off me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. You can do that.
So he's got to make a strength save.
Okay.
So this might not go so well for me.
I rolled a natural 19. 27.
Okay. Then I guess that's all she can do.
So you try and like channel into your like psychic powers and kind of like cause this like psychic eruption, and just as you're about to like unleash that power that you've done so many times before, you just feel the air and it interrupts the telekinetic shove. His turn now.
Alright.
He stands up and drags the chain to his heel, so you're on your knees like a dog. Let this be a lesson to any one of you. You think you can refuse Lucian Broadgrove's grace? We're all here because his plan worked, and your plans are insignificant by comparison. And he is going to kind of slam your head back into the ground. But he's not going to hit. So like he tries to push your head down, and you with you brace, it doesn't. Some of the prisoners are terrified. Some of them are cheering for the violence. Make a perception check.
6.
Mud and blood kind of rushes down your face. You start to kind of phase in and out of awareness. What do you do? It's your turn.
Can I get up now?
Because you resisted the shove, you're not prone, so you can get up to your feet, no problem.
But I'm still grappled. The most infuriating condition of all.
Movement 0 anyway, but.
I'd like to use 2 key points to cast darkness.
Okay.
Which is like.
There's no save or anything. It's just
magical darkness spreads from a point you choose within range. So you cast it on an object. So she would just cast it on like something that she's wearing or something on her. So on the manacles, cool. Good idea. So yeah, magical darkness. Take that. And
what's the radius?
15 feet.
Okay, it's like a 30-foot sphere around you and Tizok. And can you see magical darkness?
Good point.
Do you have blind sight?
No, I don't, because he took my dagger off me. No, she can't see. So she can't see him. He can't see her. I guess she would maybe then use another key point. No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to stay where I am and see what he does with the darkness. I think.
You're still grappled.
Yeah, but I can't use my bonus action to get out of that.
No.
Or to disengage or do anything really. And I can't really see him. There's no point. How does it work in magical darkness? If he wants to try and hit me, would it be like a mega disadvantage or just disadvantage?
You can't attack a target you can't see, but you are grappled, so he can feel where you are because you've got just wrapped a chain around your neck. So if he was going to hit you, I'm going to make him attack at disadvantage.
Okay. Then let's do that. I won't use my bonus action.
12.
No.
No, second one's not going to hit either. So you feel yourself being dragged from side to side, and you these big like tree trunk arms kind of come over different, and you're just able to, in this kind of like monk-like calm, dodge out of the way. You hear him have this rage and frustration, while some of the prisoners you can hear start laughing.
At him? No.
Well, they hear his cries of frustration, and they assume that this isn't what he wanted.
Okay. I'm gonna try and break my grapple again. Like hoping that the magical darkness will help with that, but I don't know.
Yeah, instead of disadvantage, which is what it would be because you're exhausted, it would normally give you advantage, so we'll make it a straight roll.
Alright. 19. Oh! Cool! She pulls her manacles off him again.
Mm-hmm.
In his kind of frustration, maybe he loses some concentration.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's in magical darkness, so she can't see out of that.
Nope. And the darkness is cast on your manacles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, which no, maybe was a silly thing. But
You can always drop concentration.
I can drop concentration and use a bonus action to peg it. And I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Are you dropping concentration first? Or not?
I think so, because I can't see where the wall is. I'm going to the wall to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll drop concentration on darkness, and then step of the wind, bonus action to dash. So I was 25 feet, I think, away from the wall. Oh yeah.
As you drop concentration
Mm-hmm.
and you make a run for it, he's going to try and grab you.
All right. So I have to make a.
You've got to be a 26
I can't.
with an acrobatics check.
No.
No. Okay. Yeah. So you drop and you go for it. And
Unless I roll a natural 20
yeah. You
at
could roll an actual-
disadvantage.
Yeah.
No.
So you drop darkness and you go for a sprint. And you feel this big hand like on top of your head.
Okay.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn? So you didn't use any movement. So you're not going
Didn't
to.
use my key point then.
You didn't use the step of the wind now because I'll give that to you.
What a generous person. Sorry, someone's in chat.
What are they saying?
Someone said hello, and John said welcome.
Hello.
Okay. I can't use my bonus action for anything then,
You can use your bonus action.
because I didn't use it.
Yeah. I'm gonna just because you didn't use any movement. I'll give you your bonus action back. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Your movement is still 0 then, because you're grappled.
Oh, I really made a mistake. Oh. You wouldn't say that I'm in dim light or darkness, would you?
Not in the morning outside. No.
Not in the big shadow of this creep?
No.
You said he cast a shadow on me.
In the shadowy prison cell. Yeah.
No, outside. You said I felt a shadow over me.
It's not dim light.
Ugh.
He's just fucking. That was me making him dramatically large.
Okay.
You're going to use your shadow monk abilities.
Well, I can't. Would that have worked to break a grapple though? To teleport?
Sure.
Fuck. But it's not. Okay. Well, I'll burn a key point and do patient defense.
Okay.
So that's the dodge action.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
He is going to try and hit you. Natural 20.
Okay.
Take 38 bludgeoning damage.
She's out.
As you try and run, he grabs the top of your head and uses your momentum to carry, and he lifts you up, and you are horizontal in the air. And he quickly switches his grip round to your face, and slams the back of your head into the ground. The last thing you hear before you lose consciousness is everyone like, ooh, and you feel some teeth fall into the back of your throat.
Cool.
Make a death saving roll.
At disadvantage?
No, saving throw alarm at disadvantage.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
What?
Brilliant. So yeah, he slams the back of your head with a natural 20 into the ground, and he looks at you, having lost consciousness. He turns around to lecture everyone, like he thinks you're dead, on just how futile any escape attempt is.
Uh-huh.
At that point, you feel the eternal flame of Kasuth burn inside you.
Yep.
And your eyes flaming open.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna clock from where I am, like minimal movement, 'cause she knows that he thinks she's dead. Clock where the top of the nearest fence is.
Mm-hmm.
Use 2 key points to cast magical darkness again, and then use shadow step to teleport up to the top of the
Don't
fence.
you have to be in the...
When you are in dim light or darkness.
yeah, so you wouldn't be from where you are.
That is also in dim light or darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any like dim light route, like a shadow or anywhere
It's
near
just
a fence?
It's just a circular...
But if the sun is
fence.
low in the sky,
Mhm.
there has got to be a shadow somewhere.
Your perception check earlier to observe the Varad was really bad. And with 1 hit point having just come back from consciousness, I will let you make a perception check at disadvantage.
21.
A disadvantage?
Yeah, I rolled a 19 and a 17.
So, you notice there is a guard tower to the northwest,
Mm-hmm.
which is directly behind where the low sun is. And it's casting a long shadow about 15 feet from you.
Alright. So I do that. Cast the magical darkness and
So
shadow
you cast it at
step.
the top of a fence.
Well, I guess that won't be in shadow, right?
Well, magical darkness is darkness.
Oh, it's 15 feet away from me, so...
So, you're on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You look and you see this long shadow cast about 15 feet,
Uh-huh.
and 25 feet the other side is the fence.
Okay. I see. I think I see. So I can do it?
So you want to roll into or run into the shadow.
Uh-huh.
Cast darkness at, did you say at the top of the fence? Or on the other side of the fence?
Oh, I see. Run into the shadow and do it that way. Yeah, that probably makes more sense, doesn't it? So...
I thought that's what you meant. But...
No, I meant to cast it on myself, so I'm plunged into darkness and then zip into a shadow, but I think your way makes more sense, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, to run...
So you're going to run into a shadow, cast darkness on the fence, at the top of the fence.
Yep.
So a sphere of magical darkness
Yeah.
appears, and because you're in shadow, you can you then do that as a bonus action? Because you use your action to cast darkness.
Yeah, as a bonus action, you can teleport up to 60 feet.
60 feet would be just enough as well.
Mm-hmm. So, let's ditch some key points. And then I still have my whole movement. No, I still got a bit of movement because I used 15 feet to get there.
Mm-hmm.
I still got...
You would have used half your movement to get up.
I see. So I've got no movement left.
What's half your movement?
It's 22, no, 27 and a half.
Okay, so you'd have 10 feet of movement left.
Okay. Then I'm going to run 10 feet down the fence. Which should still keep me in magical darkness.
Well, that would... So you can run down the wall, but with only 10 feet of movement, you would fall the rest of the way.
Oh, you have to be able to do it all in a go?
Yeah.
I can't just like hang?
No, you can't just stick to the wall.
That's useless.
It's only literally 5 feet drop.
Oh, then she'll jump.
Take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, so that kills me. Because I was on 1 hit point.
Do you take fall damage as a monk?
Oh. No, maybe not. Maybe there's a thing that you can use your reaction when you fall to reduce any falling damage you take by 80. I'd like to reduce that by 3 and not take any damage. Thanks.
So on 1 hit point, you've made it to the other side of the fence.
Cool.
Cool. You hear like gasps and audible surprise as you summon your magical power to facilitate this escape. Question is, did the person in the watchtower see you? Nope. So you are down on the other side of the fence. People saw the magical darkness, and the magical darkness still exists above you. What do you do now?
Look ahead and see where I can run to.
You are on as the spiky wooden fence kind of passes behind you in this like semicircular moment. You notice there's kind of lots of bushes, and you kind of go down onto basically a riverbank. There's a riverbank below you about 30 feet down.
Okay. Then I will get down into the riverbank and kind of aim to like run along the river.
Can you run on water as well?
Yep.
Okay. So you try to escape from the prison camp outside Crystal Spear, and you instinctually run towards the river. Are you crossing it or following it down? Or going
Following it,
upstream?
I guess, in the direction of the Crystal Spear. Like if I can see it.
Oh, the huge monument. It would be across the river, across a field, and that would be like when it starts.
Oh, I see. So I guess I want to run in the direction away from the sea on the river.
So going upstream.
Yeah, for now, just to get away from the prison.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes.
Okay, then make a stealth check.
14.
There is not much cover and you're running on a river, which is, there's no overhead cover really. There's a few trees and a few bushes, passed across the edges of the riverbank, but you've made the decision to go upstream. Does an 18 hit you?
It does, just.
As you're running upstream, you feel a sharp burning pain in your back. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Unconscious.
As the kind of burning in your back turns into like a cold trickle of blood down your back, you fall face first into the water. Make an saving throw.
16.
You thankfully were not in a deep part of this, kind of on the kind of the side of the river, and your head hits a rock. You feel this massive hand grab the back of your hair.
Yep.
And you feel yourself being lifted into the air.
Oh, okay.
As you lose consciousness.
Yeah. All that work to get out.
It was good.
That's the game over, right?
Yeah, game over. Vida rots in prison.
Great.
You are put back in your cell. This time, your hands and your feet are manacled together, and you are chained to the ground.
Okay.
Just roll me another death save.
5. 5.
Okay. It takes you a while to come around. I mean, you know, you'd have made more death saves from this at this time. I'm just going to say, like, it's like, how much do you... you've lost teeth. You are injured. You've taken... your back, your face, your nose is broken. Tizok's made an example of you. And he went, and you got over the wall, which was a source of embarrassment to him. And he makes those manacles like extra uncomfortable. He puts like the regular manacle around, and then he just closes his hand around the eye manacle and crushes it into your wrist to make it hurt all the time.
Cool.
Just make a perception check as you're kind of like in and out of consciousness.
I assume I've not recovered any levels of exhaustion.
Not yet, you're
15.
15. As you kind of like in and out of consciousness, you hear Tizok getting absolutely chewed out by a superior. Like you just hear a kind of a human voice like, "Serves you right for trying to make a spectacle of her. Don't you know? She was secluded for a reason. She's dangerous." And you hear kind of a few like protestations. You also then hear, "She's too dangerous to be kept here. We need to move her." And then a few more kind of, a bit more time goes by. And I'm going to make you make a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. An 8.
You don't recover any levels of exhaustion.
Cool.
But yeah, it's thematic. You've been beaten up. What do you do over the next few days to aid your recovery or to find out more? Is there anything you can do?
For if she hears Tizok nearby, or anyone actually, maybe she'll start using some of her detect thoughts. So prison guards, Tizok, whoever, not like going
just
in,
surface
but
thought.
just surface thought, just to kind of figure out where she might be being taken to.
Sure. The surface thoughts that you hear of the regular guard shift are ones of, or feelings of, trepidation. They're scared to come close to the door. Some of them grumble about having to be posted here anyway when you're not even going to eat. So why can't they just leave you to rot? But at some point, maybe a day and a half later, you hear Tizok coming, and the surface thoughts are ones of frustration. He thinks about the fighting pits on Oris and how he would have loved to have faced you there and got the glory and satisfaction of a victory that he knows he could get.
AURIS?
A bit more time goes by and you feel somebody else, somebody you've not detected before. And their thoughts are on kind of like a schedule. Prisoner transfers. How the prisoners in this particular prison camp are behind and they need more labour, and they're very frustrated to have to get rid of you, who clearly could be useful.
Okay.
the third day, Tizok and a well-dressed human noble with black hair scraped back tightly into a long ponytail. It's kind of like sinister pencil moustache. The leather that he's wearing is white, and he's wearing leather gloves.
All right.
Tizok opens the cell, comes over and pulls you to your feet, and while this person observes you for the first time, as far as you're aware. Well, seems that you made quite a nuisance of yourself. Do you have anything to say? Tizok here is quite embarrassed.
So it should be. Why am I here?
You're here under a direct order from my superior.
And who's he?
I believe you know him very well. You and I would have been on the same side had your plan come to fruition. However, it didn't. And now I must wash my hands of you. We're too dangerous to mix with the other prisoners, or our plan might have been discovered.
So you're punishing me because I didn't finish a job?
It is the price of failure, I'm afraid.
Seems pretty petty.
Oh, Tizok and I have got much better uses for you here in the shade, Mark. But I'm afraid knowledge is more dangerous. Ideas are more dangerous than fists. I'm sure you'll find that out eventually. You're being transferred.
Goody.
I regret that our time working together has had to come to such an abrupt, painful end.
Can I make an inside check on him?
Yeah? What are you trying to discern?
Well, it's just a strange comment to make for someone that I've never met before. I regret that our time working together has come to an end. Strange. I got 15.
15. This guy also works for Krennic.
Yeah.
He knew what the plan was, clearly,
Mhm.
even though he'd never met you before. With a 15, maybe Krennic's got a compartmentalised group of spies.
Mhm.
Maybe he hasn't. However, if you can dob him in, then you are too dangerous to be kept alive, or be kept in the regular prison population,
Mhm.
to be kept anywhere near Crystal Spear.
Right.
So, Tizok, do the honours, will you? And he puts a hood over your face. And you are led out by starlight to the mouth of the river. You can feel the grass beneath your feet give way to sand and rock.
Mm.
You are manacled as you are led onto a boat. You feel.
That light.
Did it go?
It's
Is
going.
it
It's
just?
been flickering.
I think it's just the bulb, though, right? Yeah. It is. Maybe not.
Or a ghost.
Yeah. You are loaded into a boat with other heavy objects. You feel the boat kind of rocking. You hear then the familiar voice of Tizok say to a lighter, more feminine voice, "Use this if she tries to get away." And if there's any chance of her escaping, you'll be next on the list. Sink her.
Could I try and cast detect thoughts on the use this to try and, if I can't see what it is,
Oh yeah, sure.
to see what he's thinking about?
I have to make a save, right? Or just the surface?
It's just
Oh,
surface.
sorry.
If he's saying use this, then I would assume that whatever this is will be on the surface thoughts.
Yeah. He hands over. His thoughts reside to a piece of equipment. You would know from his thoughts that it gives off like a magical aura that can incapacitate people.
Okay.
However, the thought's interrupted when you hear, "Hello, we've got another player." When you hear the feminine reply,
Okay, bye.
hear the feminine reply, "I'm sure that won't be necessary, Tizok. I've never lost a prisoner yet. And it's only one little girl."
See if this is frozen or not. Maybe not. I've never lost a prisoner yet, is what she says.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you hear Tizok say goodbye. What's he doing? What are you doing, pal?
It's the jungle cat.
He wants feeding. I'm going to feed my cat on stream.
Woohoo! I think Lucy sent me a message too. I think she was watching.
Go on.
Oh.
What are people saying?
Lucy texted me to say great rolls. And on the stream, someone asked if ideas are welcome, and John said no backseating, but speculation is welcome.
Ideas.
Ideas.
Okay. So, manacled, hooded, you are waterborne. What do? Do you feel like the kind of repeated strain of a woman rowing for hours?
Okay. After, I don't know, 45 minutes or so, I'll say, we'd go a lot faster if you let me help.
Make a persuasion check. Still at disadvantage.
9!
Don't you worry. I've done this a few times.
Not worried, it's just taken a long time.
Oh, we've got much further to go, you and I.
Where are we going?
You'll see.
Can I try and... No, I'm not going to. No, because it uses key points, and I can't just get rid of all of them. And who are you?
I'm an employee.
Of Krenix?
Oh. Krennic and other settled peoples of Cerulea. We've all got to work together. Can't have plain touch getting in the way.
Don't see how I got in the way.
Well, me neither. But I'm here to do a job. And it's to get you out of the way.
Then just kill me. I thought I was going to die anyway. Why am I not dead?
People who are going where you're going often rediscover a new purpose. Can we make a lot of money from somebody like you?
What do you mean, someone like me?
Oh, you're clearly very capable, if not too bright.
What I don't understand is why I'm being punished for not completing a job which Zajet couldn't even have gotten halfway through that without being knocked on his arse. It's true I didn't successfully do what I was hired to.
Oh, please don't say any more. I'm really not interested. I'm just here to do a job.
What do you know?
I know that I receive quite a lot of coin to take people from various places to where we're going. After you've been delivered there, I get the rest of my coin and I get to go and live my life. The settlement wars have turned. What's happening in Crystal Spear is likely to provide a financial foundation for lots of people, including me and my family.
Very driven by money.
Makes the world go around.
For some.
We'll need money. Well, not if we don't need to eat or sleep, I guess.
Oh, you're all very bugged by the fact that I don't need to eat, aren't you?
Oh, saves me some of my fee. What I'm not spending on you, I can keep for myself.
And if I... Hey! Say I dived in the water right now.
Well, you can't see where we are, but I'd advise against it.
Oh, so the bag is still over my head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, or the cloak, whatever.
I would have described it if you cut off your
I
head.
just thought I was being punished for not making not asking the question. Okay, you don't want my help? You won't tell me who you are?
I'm yet to figure out if I can trust you.
Depends if you want me to be your friend or not. I'm quite a useful friend to have.
Useful friends have a habit of disappearing at the time of gravest need. I work alone.
And what if you needed something doing that I could help you with in exchange for it? Oh, she jumped off the boat. I never saw her again.
That kind of story would get us both killed, I'm afraid. What I need doing is to get you to our destination.
Better row faster then, haven't you?
Well, if I wasn't wasting my breath talking to another prisoner, then perhaps I'd get onto it. Now then, go to sleep, won't you? Do you actually require sleep or not?
I do.
You do, okay. So she's just asking you at this point.
What, to go to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to be told when to go to sleep. She might sleep at some point, but it's not now. She might pretend to go to sleep for a bit.
Mm-hmm. She can't tell whether you're
No.
sleeping or not, so
Yeah,
she...
so I'll pretend to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. So you're pretending you're not going to sleep?
Yeah, for like another 45 minutes or so, she'll pretend to be asleep in case
Mm-hmm.
anything else of note happens. And then if it is the sort of time that she needs sleep, then she'll do it.
Okay. Another 45 minutes goes by
Mm-hmm.
and you feel the gentle patter of rain on your shoulders. And you hear the frustration as this water vessel comes across some inclement weather. Unless you want us both to drown, so she wake up and take you up on that offer after all. We need to get ashore.
Oh, sorry, I was asleep.
You feel an oar thrust into your hands.
It would be very helpful if I could see. Please.
The sodden sack over your head is ripped off. And before you, you see a female ranger type character in a like a fur mantle.
Okay.
She also has like a fur hat on, and she's got like luscious red hair that is currently is getting more and more bedraggled by the rain.
Mm-hmm.
She points out a direction. Row hard and row fast. We need to make it to Shorehaven. And she points out a very dimly lit coastal village, probably about, you would guess an hour in normal weather. So, are you helping, or are you pretending to help, or what are you doing?
I'll help.
Okay.
Do I know the name Shorehaven?
I'm not going to make any check because no, it's a fledgling village that's popped up halfway across the coast.
Yep.
So let's make some athletics checks.
Right. 5.
I rolled a 2.
Oh no, it's a 6.
Okay.
7.
Yeah, you both struggle to get into a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
The manacles don't make it easy. The weather makes it even more difficult, and the choppy conditions just threaten to overcome you. You start to take on some water.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we go again?
Yeah. That was a natural 1.
Roll a 3.
Oh dear.
You hear the crack of thunder and a flash. See a flash of lightning as the rain turns into a storm, and the waves start to pick up. The wind starts to batter the boat. We're not going to get out of here unless we row harder. Oh God, I knew I shouldn't have taken this job.
Again? 10.
I rolled a 12, which is just a success. So
We have 1 success out of 6 rolls then.
yeah.
Oops.
So with a skill challenge, you and I need to. It's different with one-on-one. In a big party, I would say we need 2 successes before 4 failures.
Mm-hmm.
We've had 1 success and 2 failures now. I'm gonna say we need 1 more success,
Okay.
but 1 more failure. Oh, we'll get 2 more chances at failure. Okay.
Another natural 1.
Goodness, I cocked. Yeah, another failure. So the waves now come across the back of the boat and batter you over the back. I want to make a dexterity saving throw or a strength saving throw.
16.
Yeah, you duck down quickly, and most of the water goes overhead.
Mm-hmm.
It batters this woman in the face. She's going to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah.
Which she succeeds on.
Okay.
She just manages to hold on. Come on, keep pushing.
Yep.
You need 1 more success. If this is a failure, then it's bad.
Mm-hmm. 8.
Rolled a natural 1.
Oh dear.
So the waves become more and more difficult to try and navigate, and the boat's taking on water. As you both kind of plunge your oars in as deep as they go and pull, you lose sight of Shorehaven. Everything just is spray and mist and thunder and lightning, and you look up and you start to feel like the boat kind of like rise from underneath your feet.
Ooh.
What do you do?
My feet are manacled, but I can walk. Right.
Yeah, like very difficult. Yeah.
And it's darkness.
Oh yeah, it's night time in a storm. The light is occasionally, it's the lightning that kind of lights up the boat intermittently.
I can't help with the boat, so I think she's going to try and take an opportunity to peg it again and run.
Run.
So, use the shadow,
Mhm.
whatever it's called, shadow step.
Mhm.
Darkness here, darkness 60 feet away, to get off the boat onto the water and walk across. Like, I know it's going to be difficult.
We're talking. You feel the boat come up from underneath you because it is now travelling up.
Mhm.
So before it tips, you're going to shadow step away.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are, I would say, about 60 feet above like flat sea level in there.
Mhm.
So are you shadow stepping in the air or onto the water surface?
I guess onto the water surface where it's flat.
So yeah, 60 feet. Well, it's not flat anywhere. It's like.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So in order to try and use this ability to walk on water, you need like, I think the rules as intended. It's the momentum,
Mhm.
which is going to be very difficult with your feet manacled.
Okay.
So I would like you to make as you teleport, just make a perception check for me.
It's cocked. A 7.
Oh, you just as you concentrate on this like teleportation, the boat kind of like thrusts you out into the air, and you teleport kind of out of sync of where you were.
Mhm.
Just as your vision is transported to your new location, you see the boat totally capsize. You see this woman just fall out into the sea.
Mhm.
You then feel water all around you.
Mhm.
The spot that you went to, you're upside down, and is now the water's come over.
Mhm.
So you are underwater in a storm with your arms and feet manacled.
Mhm.
What are you doing?
Use what movement I have in my legs to try and kick up to the surface.
Make an athletics check. Disadvantage.
6.
You kick up and kick up and kick up. You look up, your nose closer. Make a constitution saving throw.
22.
Do you need to breathe?
I think so. I don't think I've seen that.
Okay.
Is that a thing that you know of?
No? Just sometimes if you don't need food, you don't. Oh, I think it's mostly undead people that need to breathe. So yeah, you're holding your breath currently.
Mhm.
What's your constitution modifier?
+2.
Okay. You've got about 2 minutes.
Okay. Right.
What do you do now?
Can I use another kind of shadow step? Like another shadow step to get closer to the surface? So
you
everything's dark, so I presumably I can see some kind. I know where's up.
Yeah,
So
just
I
about.
teleport up to there.
Yeah, you get you up to the surface. You poke your head through.
Breathe.
Make a perception check.
10.
Okay, it's really difficult to make out anything. You can't see the boat, you can't see the woman, you can't see any of the stuff, you can't see Shorehaven. It is just sea.
Okay. I can't see Shorehaven,
No.
then all I can do is keep trying to move and hope that it comes in. I don't think I have anything, but
Okay, just make an athletics check. Just try and swim for dear life.
one of those was a natural 20. It's a 5.
You go underwater again as a wave kind of plunges you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess they'll do what I did before and shadow step up,
Can
and
you keep shadow stepping?
it's just a bonus action. This doesn't require key points. So
Okay.
in theory, I would kind of ping, 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 ping. But I don't know. That's really cheeky.
It's spamming it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to allow you to, when you go under, to be able to get back up. Okay, but the challenge now is to try and find a way to do this without becoming exhausted, or kind of languishing at sea indefinitely. So you can make a survival check.
Okay. Oh, 23.
23.
I rolled a 19 and a natural 20.
Nice. So with a 23, you kind of center yourself, and you learn now to like anticipate when a wave's coming. Shut your eyes and shadow step behind it, and like you dodge in, and you're kind of, as a monk, your like power and control of your body is really where you get your power from. And even though it's a chaotic start, you settle into a rhythm, and you eventually spy these lights on the coast, very similar to where you were pointed to Shorehaven.
Okay.
I'm going to allow you to make a straight perception check, given that your survival check was so high.
Ooh, that's another 23.
With a 23, you see the partial wreckage of the boat you were on, capsized about 20 feet away from you.
Doesn't look like it could be road. Or, no, it's wreckage.
Partial wreckage.
I think I would go to it and see if there is anything still inside it.
Okay, you shadow step over, and are you going to plunge in and go under and see what's underneath?
I would probably try and flip it. I don't know how big the boat is.
You could try and flip it. It would be real difficult. So athletics check, if you will.
It's a 1.
A 1.
Not a natural 1, but a 1.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's a 3. I'm sorry. I keep thinking I've got -1 on athletics.
With a 3, you can't. There's no way to get any purchase, especially with your manacled hands and feet. But it might provide you with a place to just kind of hang on to.
Like grab a bit of wood.
Well,
Yeah.
you like the wreckage is floating around. It's capsized. You found your way to it. You can't. You've decided to try and flip it. You can't. So you're just kind of holding on for dear life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Try and kind of ride the current back to shore, or try and swim it back to shore.
Yeah, I guess I would get a smaller bit of the boat floating rather than like a massive hull to hold on to, so that I have a bit of control and I can kind of swim it and kick
Are you going
it.
to try and break a bit off? Or... Okay. Make another athletics check.
3.
Yeah, it's with your manacles, like it's all you can do is hang on.
Okay.
So it takes a while, and you taking a lot of salt water, and it's exhausting. However, with a few more kind of dicey moments, you eventually, by dawn, find yourself collapsed over the hull of the capsized boat on the shore, debris everywhere, and like seaweed and other kind of wreckage just over the top of you.
Okay.
You wake. It's cold.
Yep.
What do you do?
I guess with slightly less inclement conditions, I would look to see if there was anything in the boat that gave me any sort of clue as to what was happening to me, or if there's anything like that was strapped in that's miraculously still in it.
You flip over the boat, and there's a body.
The whole time there was a body in it? Shit. So the body is the woman.
The woman was tied to the boat, and it looks as though she drowned.
Right.
She's grey, sunken expression, kind of orifices like seeping with like seawater and sludge.
Ugh. Okay.
She has part of an oar sticking through her stomach.
Okay. She got any interesting things in her pockets?
You can make an investigation check.
I rolled a 6. I love being exhausted. Love it.
You don't find a lot. There is like kind of fastened into like under the bow that remains like a bedroll, and some like meagre camping supplies. The rations are spoiled, and the bedroll is wet. You pat her down personally, check her pockets, and there is a soggy piece of parchment, kind of like where she has like a light leather armour, kind of like under a coat, which is like sodden. Under one of the leather straps there's like a particularly tightly rolled piece of parchment. Still there.
Shake off any water and open it up.
The ink has run.
Yep.
But you can make out three key pieces of information. Number one, seems there's multiple references to Traitor's Peak. Number two, a sum of 30,000 gold pieces. Number three, His Excellency.
Oh, no name, just His Excellency.
That's it.
Okay. Okay.
You look around. You're on a relatively deserted beach. What do you do?
I think I want to rest. I think I want to try and shake off some of this exhaustion. So I think if I flip the ship back upside down again and try and sleep in there with the dead body.
Okay. You're going to sleep in a capsized boat with a dead body in it?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Okay. It's morning, but you didn't sleep throughout the whole night, so yeah, getting some rest. You're cold.
Mm-hmm.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
19.
19. You managed to dry off some of the bedroll, for example. As a fire genasi, you're naturally very warm, and you kind of you lay things out and dry them off with your hands as best you can. And yeah, maybe either through shelter or like camouflage, you just climb back inside and you take 6 hours of sleep with the broken body of this person, whose name you never got.
No. Shit rolls.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing on the parchment about her name.
Nope.
Fine.
Now,
Exhaustion?
is reduced by 1.
Right.
So you still get disadvantage on ability checks.
Which is the thing that's been killing me.
But your speed is back.
Yeah.
Just make roll me a d4. Odds are arms, evens are legs.
Odds, 1.
Odds are arms.
Mhm.
Your manacles come free.
Okay.
Your leg ones are still, but now your arms are free.
I see.
When you wake up, you would have noticed. Oh.
Okay.
I want to see if I can pause the stream because I really need the bathroom.
Yeah, me too.
I'm also going to put the heat on. It's so cold.
Okay. Shall I put the kettle on?
Yeah. Thanks. We're going to try and pause.
Is anyone watching? There are 2 people! I guess I'm one of them.
Yeah. Just unmuted it, but
Oh, but Lucy said good rolls.
yeah. So she must be able to do it.
You want a brew?
Pardon?
You want a brew?
Yes, please. I haven't stopped the stream.
No. But I don't think it is muted. I just tuned back in and heard noise again, so I don't know.
Did you?
Have you stopped it now?
No, I think if I end it, then I'll just start it again. It'll be like 2 separate videos.
Should do it one. Probably should have muted it.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely not. I can mute it now. I can definitely hear people. Hear me. Mute my.
Not natural 20 on the death saving roll, man.
Yeah. That was cool.
Not that I got away, but.
Still, wow, when you pontificate and you're like, so you.
Oh, it is a bit cold, isn't it?
Or put the heat on. Do you want a blanket?
No, I'm fine now.
You sure? Right. So, you rest on the beach 6 hours.
Alright.
You wake up. Sun's high in the sky. Make a constitution saving throw again.
Okay. 19.
The smell of that body is rank as on the inside the capsized boat as the sun begins to beat down. It's horrible. It doesn't affect you other than repulses you, but still.
I'll get out. And peek under first to see if there's anyone around, but I think either way I'm getting out.
There's no one around. like I said, relatively deserted beach.
I'm at full health now.
Mm-hmm.
Max hit points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. What can I see?
No, perception check.
10.
What you see is the resplendent beauty of Crystal Bay. You look to your left. Let me just get the map. You look to your left, and you see greenery. The beach becomes kind of rocky, and then the terrain becomes like foresty.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see like a major ship on the horizon to the left hand side. Maybe either it's just leaving port, coming out of port, but it's tiny. It might be a day's travel away.
Okay.
To your right, you see much flatter terrain, brush, sand dunes, and across the sand dunes you see what looks like a faint outline of a settlement. Very small. Yeah, nothing remarkable from this distance. It's just like, oh, it could be buildings.
And how far away is that?
Closer, probably. Maybe half a day's travel.
Okay. I have no idea where I am, I assume.
Probably not.
Not from it. I think let's figure out what she wants. I think, would you say it's fair to say that it sounds like Krennic, the jet, is responsible for her imprisonment?
Certainly, either, well, what you know that you worked for him, you know that your mission failed, you know that people who also work for him were responsible for your imprisonment. Whether it's him directly, as it was suggested, or whether that was a ruse, you're not sure. You have very little to go off other than a soggy piece of paper.
Yep. Traitor's Peak, and I don't know where that is.
Make a history check.
Oh, well, a natural 20 and an 18, so that's 17. So many natural 20s that are just like being ignored.
You know there's no Traitor's Peak in the Hunt's Top Mountains, which would be the opposite direction, so you definitely weren't doing that. You know there's no Traitor's Peak in the Evermite Peaks or the Howling Cliffs. So you would think, well, if you were heading northwest and you weren't going to try and get to the Evermite Peaks or the Howling Cliffs, then assuming the peak is a mountain, then it might be in the Barren Hills, but there's a considerable journey away.
Okay.
Maybe 5 or 6 more days.
Oh, and am I kind of assuming that that is where I'm being taken? Or is that not? That's where I was being taken. For like a fee of 30,000 gold pieces.
Maybe.
On the order of His Excellency. I don't know. I think I'm going to head towards the big port.
South. back from whence you came.
Yep.
Okay. It's a day's travel.
Mm-hmm.
Make it survival.
Fuck's sake, that's another natural 20. But, so, a 21.
So it was good. You get a few hours down the beach. You see a skull wash up, or just in front of you.
A skull?
Mm-hmm.
Have a look at it.
Bring it up. It's not a human skull. It's slightly narrower, especially around the cheeks and jaw. It's got sharpened teeth. Almost got like a feline quality to it.
Mm-hmm.
You carry on. Another few hours, and the beach gives way to like rocky kind of quay, with like stone casts popping up in the shoreline. It becomes a little bit more impassable.
Mm-hmm.
The forest becomes thicker to your left.
Mm-hmm.
So you could either try and climb across the rocks, which might go on indefinitely.
Mm-hmm.
You can try and navigate through the thick forest, or you can cut inside and go inland and try and find a road.
I'd probably look for a road. Civilization is what I'm after.
Okay.
Oh, oh, what's happened? Bleak news. Let's put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
What, is it bleak news that I'd be interested in, or?
Some people died.
Who's died? Guess who's dead? Live.
Guess who's dead? At least 19 people on a plane. Tanzanian passenger plane that's crashed into Lake Victoria.
Lake Victoria. Where's that?
No.
Is that in
In
Canada?
Africa?
Africa?
Maybe?
Lake Victoria, I don't know. If it's Tanzania, then it's Africa. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Africa. Yes. That's
Guess who's
horrible.
dead? Loads of people.
Mm.
Here comes Claude with the weather.
Oh. Hey buddy. What are you doing? Coming in? It's all wet. Right. So you cut inland, and yeah, you do find a road. The road is running parallel to the shoreline, so back up the way from whence you came and straight on in the direction that you were going. So you kind of come up like to the roadside.
Okay.
It looks like the road's not very busy, but it's definitely been used, as far as you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do? Carry on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You start walking down the roadside, and it's much easier than walking on the sand, and climb through rocks or navigate through trees. And you kind of walk along. Ahead of you, about a quarter of a mile, you see straight down the road. The road's really flat, so you can see quite a long way. You see like a roadside fort or bastion.
You said what?
A fort or bastion
Okay, right.
over the like a little bridge over the road, 2 towers.
Yep.
Maybe like a toll or like a bastion or a keep or a garrison. You're not sure.
Okay. I will keep walking towards it.
Okay. You go forward after a few minutes. You feel, or you hear the clip-clopping of horse hooves coming from behind you.
I'll stop and turn and let them pass me and get a good look at who's riding the horse.
You look, there's 2 horses.
Okay.
2 soldiers dressed in white and sky blue, split down the middle. Oh there.
Afternoon. Are you playing one of them?
Want some food? And I feed my cat on stream again. I'm gonna give him a little bit there. Oh.
You need a bed?
Where's that pouch gone? There you go. Why, we're Cerulean Sentinels, of course. Newly bound to the newest city in the human empire, Crystal Spear. Observe its majesty from beyond the fort. And you can literally just see a teeny peek from down the road. Who might you be? And why do you find yourself on the road without shoes or any equipment? Where have you been? Who are you? Vagrant?
That's who I am, a vagrant. Just wondering. I'm not from here. I'm not familiar with Crystal Spear, though it looks very grand. You say it's a new city?
Make a deception check.
16.
Yes. The Lucian Broadgrove, Aldous Wenchcombe, even Gideon Lecheria, they coordinated the progression of our campaign, which has culminated in the birth of a new city rising up from the earth as if to meet our call and accept us onto these new lands. Cerulea is our destiny, and Crystal Spear is the tip which carves us forward. Now then, where are you headed?
I don't know, actually. I was just following this road until I hit a large city. Tell me, where's the closest place? I saw a port with a ship.
Yes, Shimmerport is due south. It's an older city, perhaps once of an ancient civilization, but it's currently being used by the settled peoples of Cerulea as a trading post. We're trying to get equipment across Crystal Bay to Aldinholm, and Shimmerport is the nearest place to do that. If you're not from here, you're from across the bay?
No, and she'll show a kind of flame hand. You know, I know a bit more far than that.
Or do you need help? Do you need assistance? Where are you trying to get to? Why are you trying to get to the city?
To get my bearings, I suppose. I'm not from here. It would be good to gather some more information on where I found myself and whether I should be staying here or returning home.
times are turbulent on Cerulea, but the tide is turning, and in any of the settled cities, the Cerulean Central Commission could find use for capable hands. Tell me, what are your skills?
Very good in the dark. Very good at moving around.
A tracker, survivalist, a scout, a ranger. You don't look like much of either of those.
I'm afraid my natural skills make it a bit more nefarious than that, though. I don't tend to use them for evil.
They look at each other, and one of them puts his hand on a sword hilt.
I have nothing. I mean you no harm. You asked what my skills were, and I was just trying to be honest.
Well, we're going back to Clawscar, just down the road. You may be able to rest there before making the rest of the journey to Shimmerport. You'll have to get a move on if you're to reach there by nightfall, though.
Your help would be very welcome. I don't have any money.
Make a persuasion check.
8.
We've got duties to attend to. We'll let the people at Clawscar know that you're on the way. What's your name?
Vida.
Well met, Vida. I'm Gron. And this is Fazan.
Well met.
Well met. Yeah.
Tell me, before you go. There is one person that I know here, and I have no idea where they are. You don't know Krennic Zajet, do you?
Well.
And I'll cast Detect Thoughts at the same time.
Yeah. Krennic's a jet. He's one of Broadgrow's lieutenants, based all the way out in Silvercrest. You're a long way if you deign to meet him.
Oh. Yes. I must have known that. I just don't have my bearings. Thank you. And I didn't pick up any other thoughts about it.
Thoughts are that Clawscar Fort is only a few hours away and he's hungry.
Alright.
I mean, not even a few hours, maybe even maybe less than an hour away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, you make it to Clawscar.
Clawscar, C-L-A-W.
Mm-hmm.
Clawscar.
Yeah.
What's there?
Clawscar is literally like a bastion across the road, like 2 stone towers connected by a very small bridge and a portcullis that can drop down the road. It hangs currently at the top of the bridge and tied down by 2 chains that are hammered into the road at either side of the roadside. There is a makeshift stable and light paddock towards the left. There are some soldiers stationed by like a small armoury on the right, and not much more stonework other than like arms storage or like other buildings that you can't really see from this perspective. But everybody seems to be dressed in that similar white and sky blue uniform and wearing either medium or heavy armour, equipped with spears, tall shields.
Okay.
What do you do? You're walking on the road towards it.
I don't need to rest. I don't need to eat. Or I don't really need to stop here, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Just passing through.
Yeah.
On your way to Shimmerport.
Yeah?
Okay. You approach. Whoa. Where are you going? This kind of young guard with their blonde goatee and like a mullet. Hold on to his spear.
Shimmerport.
Looks like you're using our road.
I have been.
Mm-hmm. Means you've got to pay the toll.
I don't have any money.
Well, let's get back up that way then. Can't get through to Shimmerport without paying a toll.
And how much would that toll be?
$3 gold pieces.
Steep.
That's the toll. Unless you're a landowner over this side of Closcar, then you've got to pay the toll.
What if I'm a landowner?
Well, you don't look like a landowner. You look like you don't own much of anything.
So you punish me because I'm poor?
No. But if you don't pay the toll, then you can't get through. That's the whole point. The settled peoples of Cerulea need to raise money, so we tax the roads.
Just charge the next person 6.
That'd be unfair. Everybody pays 3 gold.
I saw you hesitate when I asked how much it was.
I was just wondering where you might keep your coin purse.
I don't have a coin purse.
Well, got another one. Maybe you'll have better luck with the tabaxi.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, the savages have been jumping out on the road that way. That's why we pay the toll. We protect the roads this way. Maybe they'll have mercy on you. Go on.
So do like a little curtsy and then go into the forest. Is that the way that
You just say back up the road basically, but you
Oh.
can go in the forest if you want.
Yeah, so we should try and get around the road.
Okay. To the left, you see like the stone garrison has been like basically carved out of like some rock. So it would be a climb, which would be obvious to the right, or to the left, into the woods and around.
Okay. Yeah, into the woods and around then.
Okay.
Sure.
As you walk off immediately into the woods, you hear like a whistle, and just the kind of a few people acknowledge your presence. They watch you. Yeah, they're all guards. There's about 6 or 7 around this whole. You'd have to walk past the stable.
Mhm.
So you kind of, as you walk past the stable, a few people clock you. You're very unusual looking.
Mhm.
People notice you.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So you're trying to get around and get back on the road?
I think so, but I sort of. I don't think I know what I'm supposed to be doing as a player.
You didn't have much to go off. You had an idea of where Traitor's Peak might be, but you decided to go in the opposite direction.
Which I decided to do because if that's where I was being taken, then I don't want to go there.
You have no idea.
Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel
But
a bit lost.
well, you are.
Okay.
You literally got beached. So, Shimmerport, is controlled by the settled people of Cerulea. So what do you hope to do when you get there?
No. I don't know.
You're just going on an exploration?
I don't know. Because I know I get stressed.
Are you stressed? There is no right thing to do.
The only thing that I can think is that she'd want to find Krennic, but it's very clear that he's fucking miles away. Maybe Brecht. But
where might you find Brecht?
Crystal Spear.
Which is where you just come from.
Yeah. Well, in the prison. Yeah, but I was on a boat and then I got washed up here.
You're going to hand yourself in?
No.
You're just going back to where people would definitely know who you were and definitely know that you were imprisoned.
Yeah. So she wouldn't do that either.
That's what I was thinking. But it's up to you. What? If you,
Wait,
you
what
might,
were you thinking?
like you're going back to Crystal Spear, it's probably the most dangerous place.
I'm not doing that.
You're going back towards Crystal Spear.
Okay.
So if you're not going to Crystal Spear and you're going to Shimmerport, what are you going to Shimmerport for?
This is what I mean. I don't know. I don't feel like I have like an aim or anything, or like.
Mm-hmm. You decide what your aims are. It's your character.
Can I have a break? Like,